What's going on, guys? Smitty here, and we're going to be doing another Champions Duel update. And this time we're going to be diving quite a bit deeper into some of the battle reports and give you an update on what happened. So we will go into the lineup. And so, as expected, I think I actually got all these ones right. So far, I've only missed one, which was this one here with Oil Rig winning. But Nephisto won, Yoon won, which he was supposed to be the underdog based off of how many people voted for M King versus Yoon. It was like 1-4 ratio, I would say, pretty close to that. But yeah, Yoon won all three. So we're going to take a look at this battle report, see what happened. So let's see. So yeah, Yoon lined up his missiles with the air squad. His missiles, or M King's missiles, got Yoon's air squad. And then tank v tank. So looks like yeah, M King beat him with the tank, but I think it came down to the missiles that really crushed it. So yeah, I mean, they barely took any damage here against the air squad. Obviously this air squad got taken out, but you can see so that he lost 958 troops compared to Yoon losing 401 troops. So almost double the amount that Yoon lost against M King's air squad. One other thing to keep in mind is I think M King also had upgraded his squads to level 160 right before this, which is interesting that he still lost, but we'll keep looking. So then he got to here. So yeah, pretty big difference. The air squad did enough on M King's missile squad where Yoon, his missile squad, could just absolutely destroy M King's, and then pretty much finished the job here with the tank squad. So it worked out for Yoon. And let's see. Oh yeah, and I guess Yoon's tank squad did enough damage on M King's tank squad as well, getting it down to, I guess it said like 24 million before it got to the missile squad. So even though it was a mismatch as far as who was more powerful, or sorry, which type was stronger compared to the other. Obviously, tank beats missile usually, or it does more damage, but there was enough of a power gap where it, I guess, didn't matter. So yeah, that's how Yoon won that one. Let's take a look at the next one. Yeah, it looks like they're pretty much all the same. M King didn't change the order of his squads at all, and Yoon did, it looks like. So after the first round, Yoon looks like he kept his missile first, but then he swapped out his tank and air squad. So his tank matched up with M King's missile, obviously doing significantly more damage, almost completely wiping it out compared to last time. And then the missile squad, or sorry, the tank squad versus the air squad, even though his air squad was around 1.5 mil or so lower, it still does extra damage since it counters the tank squad and ends up taking out his tank squad, only leaving a sad 2.1 million missile squad left. And that was not even close to enough to be able to handle 40.2 million remaining missile squad. So that one was definitely a lot clearer who was going to win. And then for the final round, the exact same thing, it looks like. So tank squad versus missile, air squad versus tank, and missile squad versus air squad. And looks like this time it didn't even go to another round. He had a clean sweep on all of these. So what I think happened, and me and Neff were actually talking about this on the live stream. If you didn't see the live stream, you can check it out. We recorded it yesterday for when this, compared to when this comes out. So yeah, M King ended up, we think, just wasn't online, and he ended up just keeping the same lineup while Yoon was online during this. And you can see he adjusted from the first one to the last one. You can see here on the first one, he had missile, which was the same, and then air squad, and then tank squad, which he barely pulled out the win here. It was pretty close. And then you can see M King was air, missile, tank. And then the next round, air, missile, tank. And then you can see Yoon swapped up, and his squads, or his troops, are only level 155. I'm not sure why he didn't upgrade them. I guess he was waiting for today maybe. But yeah, level 155 compared to level 160, but he swapped out the squads, so that way everything was countering M King's, and he's probably just hoping M King wasn't paying attention or wasn't online. And yeah, unfortunately for M King, looks like Yoon pretty much destroyed him, and I guess you snooze, you lose. The saying holds true here. So congrats to Yoon for beating M King. And no surprise here, Oil Rig versus Nephisto. That was a Nephisto's almost double power compared to him. Actually, maybe not quite double, but a good amount, at least 200k or more. So that was a pretty obvious one. We have Mr. Nice versus Big Daddy here. So this one, you can see, actually Big Daddy countered him here, but I mean, 10 million power difference is not a whole lot you can do there. And Big Daddy's tank squad beat Mr. Nice's missile squad. And then, actually, wow, so Big Daddy's missile squad also beat Mr. Nice's air squad, which naturally missile counters air, but looks like he won 2 out of the 3 of those here. But it just because Mr. Nice's tank squad had so much health left, I mean, it was no match for what Big Daddy had left, and we expected this to happen. So that was probably pretty consistent regardless of the lineup for the rest of these two. I'm not going to go into those. And then last but not least, we have Pit Boss versus Juki. And that one was pretty obvious as well. We'll dive into these for a sec. So yeah, pretty clean sweep here. Nothing too crazy. Even, I mean, his air squad barely did anything to Pit's tank squad. Let me see if they switched it up at all for any of these. No, I think he kept it all the same. Both of them did. I think Juki probably knew it wasn't. He had no chance, so it wasn't even worth it for him. And Pit Boss wasn't concerned either. So, yeah, that was the results from yesterday. Now, today is going to be interesting. The matchup of the day is going to be Mr. Nice versus Captain Pit Boss. And it's going to be interesting. I think Mr. Nice has an advantage. He is stronger than Captain Pit Boss, and he has some upgrading he still has to do in today's Hero Day, or Troop Day. So that's going to give Mr. Nice an advantage going into this. But I still think it's possible. If Pit Boss plays his cards right, he could still pull out the victory here. So let's dive into their squads a little bit more. So we're going to go back to let's see here. We'll go back here. So Mr. Nice, his squads, he has a 61.8 tank squad, a 61.9 missile squad, and a 60.8 air squad. So it's 61, 61, and almost 61. So basically 61s all around the board. But if you notice something here, his heroes are all level 151. And right now he's HQ 32. So most likely these are all going to go up to 160 today, if I had to guess. Or knowing Mr. Nice, I think while he was HQ 30 at first, he had all of them at like 149. So he may do it to 159. We'll see. But anyway, he's going to gain a lot of power in each of his squads, at least probably, I would guess, close to another million, maybe 800K roughly. We'll see what it ends up coming out to. But yeah, most of these will probably end up being closer to 62 million. And if you look at Pit Boss's squads here, his are currently at, you got his tank squad at 60.6, missile squad at 59.0, and air squad at 60.3. So 60, 60, and 59. So that 59, that one might be a little rough, but I don't know. There is a chance, I think, if everything lines up perfectly, if Pit Boss plays this right, maybe Mr. Nice puts his formations incorrectly. I mean, Pit Boss can also upgrade to level 166, so that will also probably bring Pit Boss up to 61 mil for 2 of the squads. And this one, I don't know if it'll reach 60 mil. It'll probably be, 59.5, maybe a little bit more than that. We'll see. And also, I guess, depends on how much they upgrade their exclusive weapons, things like that today. So there's a couple other factors that come into play that you can't really predict as well. But yeah, it'll be interesting. Comment below who you guys think is going to win. This is going to be the fight of the day for sure. Mr. Nice versus Captain Pit Boss. I mean, the odds are definitely in Mr. Nice's favor, but I'm obviously rooting for Pit Boss. He's the homeboy, so gotta root for your own team. Even if the odds aren't stacked against you, or if they are stacked against you, still gotta root for him. So then we have Lord of War Nephisto versus Yoon. And I think we know who's gonna win this one. But some people were asking for the battle reports with Nephisto. I think you guys wanted to see his squad, so we'll do it just for fun. So here we go. Nephisto, his squads. Oh, and also you can see he has level 155 heroes as well. So there's definitely going to be room for upgrading those. But yeah, 74.2 mil for his air squad. I'll show you guys his gear and exclusive weapons. You guys can take a look right here. So DVA's all red. Got roughly 2 red on the rest of him. The only one that is not 2 red is Morrison here. And then, wow, Oil Rig really loaded this up with the, dang, that's crazy, with the gear. He really wanted to beat Nephisto on this one, but yeah, it wasn't too close. So yeah, this is Nef's main squad here. Of course, you know, everything's maxed out, no surprise. I'll show you the army here. Drone level 250, that'll be 300 as soon as he unlocks it. And then we got drone parts, all level 10. And then everything maxed out here. And then Deco, pretty insane. And look at that wall of honor. Oh man, that is insane. 5,700. I think Mr. Nice's is probably closer to 3,000 something. So that just gives you kind of a comparison. I think I'll double check. Maybe it's a little higher. We can go back to that in a sec. Let me see here. Let's pull it up. Mr. Nice's wall of honor. If we go to it, actually it's an army. His wall of honor. Oh wow! So his wall of honor is only 2,026. So Nef's wall of honor for pretty much all of these, it looks like, is, I would say, about double Mr. Nice's at least. So that just gives you some context on how strong Nef's wall of honor is at this point in the game. So it's pretty insane. So now we'll look at his other squad. So we got his air squad. We have his tank squad, 74.4 as well. So I think both of those were 74. 74.2, 74.4. You see his exclusive weapons. He definitely will probably be upgrading that Murphy one at some point pretty soon. Got that Kimberly loaded up. Yep. And then we got the missile squad, 73.7. So that was his weaker squad between the three, just by a little bit. But, I mean, yeah, it's definitely not a weak squad. There's not anything weak about this. So, yeah, those are Nef squads. I know some of you guys want to see some of the battle reports, things like that. And here they are. So, anyway, my predictions going into the final. I think Nephisto's going to win. No, I don't think. I know he's going to win. This one, oh gosh, I hate to say this. I think Mr. Nice will win, but I really hope Pit Boss proves me wrong. I really hope Pit Boss proves me wrong. There is an element of luck for sure that will go into this. Like if Pit lines up all of these correctly for at least 2 out of the 3 rounds, he will win this. But it comes down to luck. If any of them get misplaced, then it's probably going to go to Mr. Nice, unfortunately, for Pit Boss. So I have to put my vote with Mr. Nice as much as I hate to say it. But Pit Boss, prove me wrong, bro. Prove me wrong. But anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. Stay tuned to see who makes it to the finals, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Peace.